I want to do this again sooner rather than later. I'm talking within the next couple weeks if you got the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I got nothing but time till we harvest.
All right. And we'll until we harvest. What's that about? Beginning of November, end of October.
About 2.5, 3 weeks.
All right. Well, I won't bug you during harvest time, but maybe off air it might bug you a little bit. But like, hey, I got to try. You need a tester. You need a tester. But we'll continue on. From what I understand, the audio has been clear enough to where we can keep going on for a bit if you got time. But as I told you off air, this just doesn't conform with my OCD. I normally do this a little bit differently, and within the next couple of weeks before harvest time, if you got the time, we're going to do this again.
Absolutely.
All right. I feel like this. Since we've been on, you've told me so much. I mean, we've laughed, we've cried, well, almost, and so when is I was looking through. Is it safe to say 2014 is the last time you've released anything?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Someone's outside my house.
Oh. Feel free to shoot them on air. Right? We like hillbilly stuff like that. Yeah. We're in the middle of an interview. He puts me on hold.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm back.
No, take your time. It sounded like a female, maybe.
All right. 2014. Yeah, that was the last thing I recorded. There are some new songs. There's a song called Mary Jane that's out there that there's a video of, but it hasn't actually been, there's no studio recording. There's a few songs, actually. There's a song called Ain't Gonna Get Me Down, and that one is also in video form, but not studio form. Let me think. There's a version of Long Way Back to Charleston, but not the version I'm going to record on the next album. That's out there as well. It's a much bluesier. Actually, I really like that version, and I'll probably record that version too. But I want to record this bluegrassy version first.
Now, I was watching the show, Chad, as you were talking there, and Carney apparently has already heard Mary Jane. She says she loves it. I haven't heard it yet, so I'm going to have to go check this out. So is it out there on YouTube or?
Yeah, it's out there it's on my website. If you go to jeffersoncoker.com and scroll down to the videos, there's some live footage of some festivals that we've played. And actually, Mary Jane's been around for a few years. We were just taking a long time to write the next album because we had all that stuff happen.
All right, and it's probably safe to say we can't expect a new album before harvest time. You're probably looking at sometime next year, maybe?
Probably late next year.
Right.
But I'm in no hurry. I would really see that what were you expecting was released in 2014. And the 2014, our drummer's mother passed away. At the beginning of 2015, my father passed away. When that happened, all our momentum quit because we quit. We stopped. We quit touring. We quit all that stuff for almost a year. And so we actually don't want to put out another album until we've actually re-released this album, songs off the first album, and really push those. It's not that we're not going to play these songs live, because we played the songs off of What Were You Expecting live for almost 2 years before we even went in the studio.
Now, when
we were able to
go ahead.
record that whole album in about 7 days.
When you perform live, do you find, because I understand, at different places, sometimes you got to cater to the crowd, and the crowd is used to hearing some of the some of the normal drunken tunes, but do you find when you perform live, are you able to perform more of your original stuff than covers, or do you find that kind of like a lot of the other artists out there, because you got to cater to the crowd, you got to kind of just slide them in where you can?
I understand what you're saying there, and here's how I balance that. So I play full time, or I did until I moved up here to Maine. And in order to do that, I was that guy in the corner during the week. You know what I'm saying? Or for a few, I'd play all the parts solo, and all the songs, you know. And there was a bunch of stuff I wrote, you know, John Crown, Allman Brothers, and even some Buffett, you know, I was down in Charleston once. But then that afforded me and made me enough money to where I could go on the road with the band. And when we went on the road with the band and when the band played, it was predominantly about 75 to 80% original, and we filled in songs. And some of the songs we did were some Allman Brother and Dead, some Stones every once in a while. I was trying to think. We did some Traffic. Just the stuff we can with. And we, even our band would be.
Do we still got you, Jefferson?
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, we got you. The connection got bad there for a minute.
Sorry.
No,
I don't know what happened.
No, that's okay. I mean,
where was I? I'll pick up where we left off.
Hey, I've smoked just as much as you tonight, buddy. All right, what kind of question is that?
Right on.
Yeah, 75, 80%. You have found a way, though, to put 75, 80% of originals into your set.
Yeah, we would play all of our originals, all of them. I mean, we'd play probably half of the songs off the Freedom album. There's also a demo I put out in 2007 that has songs on it that we play, and I think I had 100 copies made, and they're floating around somewhere. Who knows? I don't even have a copy of it. So between the three albums and the songs that we never recorded that we just learned as a band that are stuff I wrote, I mean, we have about 4 hours of original. We could do a 4-hour show if we had to, but because some of the songs, what you hear on the album, some of the songs are a little bit longer. Like Freedom's considerably longer live. There's a whole instrumental part in the middle where there's harmonica and keys and guitars, and you know, it's just, and the whole band comes in instead of just acoustic the whole time.
So you got all Leonard Skinner on it, because the version we have of Freedom is 5.5 minutes long, and you're telling me live it's a bit longer.
I prefer Allman Brothers.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. I apologize. Well, listen, this is what I want to do, Jefferson. I want you to take a minute and let everybody know where they can follow you. I mean, your music is for sale just about everywhere it's available, correct?
Yeah. So, speaking of that, let me encourage our listeners tonight, please, if you buy my music, if you buy anyone's music, anybody's, don't buy it from iTunes. We don't get shit from them. We get 1 penny for every time you buy a song, and they keep the rest.
Whoa! Hold on. Hold on. So typically a track is 99 cents on iTunes. You get 1 cent.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Spotify has our stuff. You get 1 or 2. I think it's 3 cents. I encourage you to go to places like Bandcamp. There's CD Baby. We get Bandcamp. We get 99 cents for every $1. They keep a penny.
That's at Bandcamp.
Right, Bandcamp.com. These are all things, and it's when you have a digital release, a lot of the bands these days will pay to have it put out across every market available, and they can do it pretty much. The CD companies that produce them can do it pretty much with a click of a button. So they do that, and there's a lot of these ones that people have never heard of because they don't have, they don't have the advertising that iTunes has or that Beats has or whoever has. And don't get me started on Spotify. So, we're on Pandora. We don't get anything from that, but I love the exposure because they compare us with other artists. But Bandcamp, cdbaby.com are two of the best. They really treat the artists good. And so if you buy from iTunes, and all their stuff can download to your iPod.
You know what? I want to say this because I'm getting close to wrapping it up here with you. But I as I mentioned earlier, if you got time within the next couple of weeks, I want to do this again, and I definitely want to get deeper into this subject because I think this is important for one of the things we preach about here at Music Mafia Radio is one of the best way to support you guys is to purchase your damn music because people don't understand the cost that comes out of your pocket just to put out a single song, let alone an album. And so I what you told me.
I'm all about people. I'm all coming to the show, and if you want to record a live show, please do. You can do it. I won't say a damn thing, but don't sell it to anybody. There's bands like Dave Matthews Band and The Dead. They say record our shows, but you can't sell it. But you can trade it for other shows. So you can say, hey, do you have the Jefferson Coker Band show from Augusta in 2007? Yeah, man, I got this one from Maine in 2008. Cool, let me hear that one. That kind of thing. That's totally legit. But when we put out this music, we work hard. And bar owners don't take care of musicians the way. I mean, we're still getting paid what we got paid in the 80s.
And, I will be honest with you. I knew how rough it was with you guys, with some of these companies. I didn't realize, I honestly thought I was under the assumption with iTunes, you guys, and it's still not much, but it's more than a penny. I was under the assumption you guys were getting like 30 cents of every 99-cent song.
No, 3 cents at the most. Like if you buy an album, you get like $1.
Wow.
But the thing about CD Baby is you don't have to definitely see. I'm old school. I want to hold the artwork in my hand. You can call CD Baby and they'll send you an actual album or a vinyl or a CD, whatever you order. They print them on demand.
Well, I tell you what I want to do, because we're getting to the end here, but what I want to do is, as I mentioned earlier, let's get together again in the next 2, possibly 3 weeks, and dive further into this. We're moving to a point ourselves to where we're going to start advertising, but one of the things we want to do here is, because we're all about the artists. We do understand everything you artists go through to put that music out there. And when we start getting into the advertising and promoting things, we want to advertise those things that are beneficial for the artist. And,
right.
To talk about this particular subject, I think is going to be a good thing. It's going to be informative.
Well, if anyone wants to contact me, I'm willing to speak with anyone regarding any of the information I've shared today with you on this program, and whether it's medical cannabis or music or living in the middle of nowhere or the music, how it's sold and how artists are being ripped off. Feel free to contact me. You can contact me at jeffersoncokerlive.com. or at jeffersoncoker.com. That's the website. Go check it out. All our videos and songs. A bunch of them are available for free download, by the way. Freedom and One More Notch are available. And She Gets High. Love that song.
Well, and that's exactly what I want to do the next time we talk and dive into this. I think that's, if you're good with it and I can talk you into it, I want to have a discussion with you on this on air in the next couple of weeks. And I want to get people involved. Yeah. More importantly, I want to get the artist involved.
You let me know when you want to do it, and you can go all Barbara Walters on me.
Oh, absolutely. I can even do the Wisp. I can do a Barbara Walters Wisp, I'm telling you. But no, seriously, I think this is very important. I think it would make for a great show, and I think what we'll do